Hello everyone, my name is Karen Burgess and I'm talking today about the presence of YouTube in an educational capacity and how this affects educational technology. Instructors have been using technology, including video, for many years. And with each new decade comes newer technology. While some of us remember the winding film age, many of our students will ask what a VCR even was. Years ago, the internet was a term that the general public had no knowledge of. While technology has been used in the classroom for ages, the computer has increased the abilities to incorporate more profound applications in the technological arena. The computer has now entered homes, businesses, and schools, and with the computer comes the internet. We refer to our current time frame as the digital era. In the early 1990s, the internet made its debut. Since this concept was introduced, we have been utilizing the tool and implementing it into classrooms all over the world. I tend to think it's an excellent way to broaden knowledge gained. However, not all information gained is accurate. Instructors are constantly looking for more innovative ways to teach the concepts that are applied in the classroom. Years ago, the best resource was the overhead projector, and if we were lucky, a VCR tape. Due to budgetary constraints, and with each learner's ability to grasp concepts differently, the internet has been a great tool. From our teaching practices, we realize that not all learners tend to learn in the same manner. While some are audio learners, others grasp things through visual and hands-on techniques. While the internet is a huge tool, there are some problems that will surface. Copyright infringement, dissemination of inaccurate material, and many vague concepts will be encountered depending on the field of study and the resources that they tend to find on this internet highway. Today we will look at the value and the controversy surrounding YouTube. While I have only been familiar with YouTube for about a year, I have seen both the good and the bad. YouTube has created a video forum for the world by allowing users to upload content for all to see. Some of this content has educational value, while other material is inundated with poor information, vulgar content, and the inaccurate dissemination of bad information. At this time, my viewpoints are still mixed. On the positive side, as an instructor, I see some great potential for the use of some of the material. As a science instructor at a college level, our budgets are seriously constrained. There are many concepts that I am unable to teach in our campus laboratory due to these constrained budgets and the expense of some of the equipment needed to perform these tasks. There are times that a concept could be more easily approached from another viewpoint. YouTube provides a great alternative to this problem by introducing these topics in a video perspective. Rather than sliding a student from the experience, I feel like YouTube could potentially teach the concepts and practices from a virtual perspective. Some of these videos could be utilized as a pre-teaching lesson prior to entry into the laboratory when the resources are available. However, the channel has been blocked from our viewers due to the controversy that surrounds YouTube. On another level, the inaccuracy of some of the material can also be utilized within the classroom. Yes, I said utilized. I tend to use some of the poor concepts by creating a what went wrong or what could have been done differently perspective. The trouble with this material from my standpoint is that the student must have the internet access from home. Because of virtual inequality within our community, I am unable to implement this as anything more than an extra credit assignment. On a negative side of the coin, the materials hosted on YouTube have such controversial content. For students that are not familiar with the accuracy of presentation content, it can be detrimental. Much the same as the concept of Cliff Notes, students will only rely on the material presented to understand a topic. Instructors will spend more time undoing the independently learned concept rather than teaching the concept properly. One of the things that I have also noted throughout my virtual travels is that in other countries they have different standards in certain fields. In science, for example, an applied concept in the United States may require a regulated 15 seconds to complete the task, where a concept maybe in the Philippines may teach it as a 30-second task. These differences can pose problems in the classroom or in the laboratory depending on your field. Fortunately, I work with adult learners. Educators that work with younger age groups should really be careful about promoting YouTube. With many of our youth being latchkey kids, the internet serves as a babysitter within the home. With no moderator to monitor them, our youth could potentially view material that would not be suitable by simply entering a topic into the search bar. It's happened to me. By simply assigning a WebQuest assignment for YouTube materials, one could be opening the door to vile material that would contradict the purpose of the assigned content. EduTube is a new program that will hopefully allow the introduction of more sound teaching practices. EduTube was introduced in April of 2008, and this presentation forum was developed to introduce more restricted content for teaching practices and also offers a more organized system for the information. Much of the information presented in either forum will greatly depend on the age group that is being educated. While it is assumed that a college level or adult learner could more easily make choices relating to subjective graphic or language issues, these are issues that should not be presented to younger minds without thoroughly researching the material. So in a closing note, I tend to think that there is much harm as there is good, regardless of the source. So by adhering to safe practice and a constant monitoring of the materials being presented, I do think that YouTube has a positive place in education. Convincing our cohorts to spend the amount of time observing materials and resources may be our biggest challenge.